Renegade Immortal Episode 167. In the previous episode, Wang Lin faced the terrifying armored bone arm controlled by Xu Liguo. Surrounded by thick demonic spiritual energy that threatened to pull his origin soul from his body. Using his Ascendant cultivation, he shattered the bone arm with the power of the demonic finger, turning the demonic energy against his enemy. At the end of the previous episode, Wang Lin, empowered by the condensed essence of over 10,000 Celestial Ascension Fruits, unleashed the peak of his Underworld Finger, obliterating the stubborn black shadow while sealing the demonic wrist guard. His body surged with unimaginable power and intense battle intent, leaving even Xu Liguo trembling in fear. What will happen next? Stay tuned. And the story continues. Wang Lin's eyes were completely red as he looked at the ground below him. The amount of Celestial Ascension Fruits he had absorbed was only 1/10 of all the fruits here. His gaze was intense, his body trembling with anticipation and the raw pulse of power. He reached out toward the ground with his early-stage Ascendant cultivation. And the very earth beneath him shivered. Suddenly, countless Celestial Ascension Fruits detached from the trees and flew toward him like obedient followers. In an instant, nearly 100,000 Celestial Ascension Fruits were stored safely inside his bag of holding. At this moment, something inside him could no longer be suppressed, the battle intent. The killing intent surged uncontrollably. Wang Lin let out a roar and prepared to leave, ready to unleash the overwhelming power coursing through his body. But then, without warning, a cold snort, filled with both anger and disdain, entered his mind directly. It struck him like a dagger to his consciousness. Wang Lin's mind quivered violently. He coughed out a mouthful of blood and plummeted from the sky. Upon landing, his head snapped upward, and his eyes gleamed with maddening battle intent. Normally, such a mental attack would have forced him to flee. Yet at this moment, something was different. There was a hint of madness in his gaze. The injuries coursing through his body did not diminish his battle intent, they seemed to fuel it, making him even more ferocious. Wang Lin slapped his bag of holding and devoured a large quantity of pills. With a single step, he charged forward. He was insane with battle, yet his consciousness remained intact. He could vaguely sense the direction from which the cold snort had originated, and he surged toward it with single-minded determination. Kill. That was the only thought in his mind. The killing intent that had once been suppressed when he turned into a mortal now erupted violently. Spurred by the Celestial Ascension Fruits, the fiend whose presence had once made the Sea of Greed and Zhao tremble had awakened again. His body streaked across the sky like a flaming meteor, closing in on the tower in the ancient battleground from which the cold snort had come. Another snort, colder and filled with both disdain and killing intent, struck him, forcing him to cough out more blood. Wang Lin's eyes burned brighter with madness. Slapping his bag of holding once more, he caused nearly 100,000 Celestial Ascension Fruits to swirl around him. Without hesitation, he condensed all of the fruits, reducing them into a single drop of demonically red liquid. The potency of this essence was terrifying, capable of causing even the strongest of warriors to collapse. Wang Lin swallowed the drop, and his body felt as though it was about to explode. His blood coursed through his body at maximum velocity, his battle intent and madness reaching an unprecedented peak. He then produced a wine jug from his bag of holding, the same one obtained from the cave, containing 10 drops of celestial liquid. He drank 4 drops, and immediately, celestial spiritual energy surged through his meridians like raging thunder. The energy was so immense that it threatened to overwhelm any ordinary body. But Wang Lin's meridians, strengthened and refined by the ancient demon during his Ascendant stage, allowed him to endure the onslaught. Wang Lin seemed possessed, his hair flowing wildly as he charged forward like a madman. Inside the black tower, a ghostly light flickered, and a divine voice echoed, laced with worry. Could he have gone crazy? If he reaches here and damages the armor I inhabit, he will not be able to stop him. A strand of killing intent shot out from the tower, seeking Wang Lin. His body trembled from the attack, yet his battle intent flared even stronger. The celestial spiritual energy within him seemed to erupt, propelling him faster across the sky. Injury after injury, Wang Lin's body should have collapsed under normal circumstances. Yet the stimulation from the Celestial Ascension Fruits prevented his origin soul from weakening. His injuries no longer mattered, his only drive was the unrelenting desire to kill. The person inside the Black Tower unleashed attack after attack. But Wang Lin remained alive, fueled by a combination of the Celestial Ascension Fruits and the Celestial Liquid. His flesh would have long since perished, and his origin soul would have been shattered, if not for these extraordinary sources of power. The divine sense inside the tower now experienced an unfamiliar fear. If I had known it would be like this, I would never have tried to devour him. Another surge of death intent struck him, causing Wang Lin to cough out more blood. Yet, just as quickly, his eyes regained their crazed, murderous gleam. A beast-like roar erupted from his throat. "Finger of death," he uttered, and the terrifying power to drain life spread outward. Vegetation withered, animals perished, and the ground turned desolate under his presence. White strands of life essence rose from the fallen, rushing into Wang Lin's body to mend his injuries and restore his origin soul. Meanwhile, in the Fire Demon country, Xu rode at the head of 30,000 demon soldiers, clad in a blue robe with a giant sword strapped to his back. He had just claimed the position of chief commander after uniting with the Dalu sword sect's scattered 12 swords. His cold gaze swept the horizon, and then his expression abruptly changed as he saw a blazing meteor streaking across the sky. "Ascendant cultivator," he whispered, lowering his head and signaling his forces to retreat, unwilling to provoke this clearly unstable ascendant. Everywhere this mad cultivator passed, the land withered and life faltered. Fortunately, their paths did not intersect directly, or he would have fled further. But Wang Lin noticed the soldiers and Xu. His eyes, ablaze with killing intent, focused entirely on the enemy. He charged directly at Xu with staggering speed. Xu expected the injured ascendant to flee, not confront him. He snorted and launched his great sword from his back, forming a defensive seal. In a blur, Wang Lin appeared beside Xu, seized the sword with his right hand, and flung it behind him. He lightly tapped Xishu's shoulder as he passed, and in that instant, Xishu's body and origin soul began to wither, forming a life seal that immediately flew toward Wang Lin. Wang Lin pressed forward into the ranks of 30,000 demon soldiers, unleashing a frenzied massacre. Blood coated the ground, and life energy surged into him as life seals entered his body, mending his wounds. Within half the duration of an incense stick, the battlefield was soaked in crimson. Wang Lin emerged, renewed and unstoppable, with 30,000 life seals fortifying him, each carrying immense vitality. The divine sense within the Black Tower grew increasingly furious. This person absorbed a massive number of Celestial Ascension Fruits. Under their influence, he is not even afraid of death. Many attacks that should have killed him instead strengthened his battle intent. That's not even the important part. This person has a spell that allows him to absorb life from all sorts of lifeforms, allowing his injuries to recover at a rapid pace. If this continues, he will arrive here one day. A very rare feeling of regret appeared in the divine sense inside the black armor. In this episode, we saw Wang Lin completely consumed by battle intent and madness as he absorbed a massive number of Celestial Ascension Fruits and powerful Celestial Liquid. Despite severe injuries, he became unstoppable, his body and origin soul rapidly recovering by absorbing life from everything around him. He charged fearlessly through thousands of demon soldiers and even confronted Xu directly, showing just how terrifying his power and determination had become. The episode highlighted Wang Lin's unrelenting drive to kill and his ability to turn even the deadliest attacks into fuel for his strength. What happens next? Stay tuned for the next episode of Renegade Immortal. If you enjoyed this episode or found it exciting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to receive notifications for the latest episodes on Wang Lin's journey. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.